Corona, and we are achievers, tenacious, and courageous. Salud.
No mires para atrás, el futuro no se encuentra ahí, no se encuentra nada en el mundo que no puedas lograr, con fe lo vas a conseguir,
Good evening. Welcome to Conversations with Ajusta tu Corona.
Welcome.
It's Thursday, September 9th, even though my brain thought it was another day. I woke up with a major attitude today because I thought it was another day. Then realized it was September 9th. Welcome. I am Miss M, also known as Lillian, Lily, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. Isn't that an old joke?
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah, that's like a really old joke. Like back in the day. I'm aging myself. So I am owner of several businesses, Maldonado Consulting, Exceptional Me Jewelry. I am the founder of Ajusta tu Corona and a co-host with these beautiful ladies on the show with me. I'm a notary public. I'm a tax preparer. I am your local bookkeeper. And I am going to pass the baton to Margarita.
Hola, mi gente, aquí con Margarita de Margarita, which means I belong to me. I am also a women-owned business entrepreneur. That sounds so like exotic, right? It's fucking exhausting what it is. I am a co-host to Ajusta tu Corona. I am a co-host to Viva Café con Leche Tuesday and Thursday mornings. I am your writer, author, artist, wedding officiant. I'm just a jack of all trades, and I am very honored to be here with all of you tonight.
Yes, I am Francia Elena Rodriguez Reina, short, FUR for short, and I am your real estate agent here in the Central Florida area, as well as in the Fairfield County area in Connecticut. I am your co-host for Ajusta tu Corona with these beautiful ladies. I am also the founder, owner marketing service business called FUR Marketing, and where I maintain social media accounts as well as help you create your brands, help you grow your business, your web pages, etc. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Richie, what do you mean? Thank you, YouTube, for the non-notification. Do they normally advise you when we're coming on?
They should, yeah.
Oh, they should? Well, he is on YouTube, so he must have not gotten a notification.
Welcome, Richard.
We sent it out. Happy to have you here. Glad that you remembered on your own. So tonight we will be talking about credit. What is it? Why is it so important? I can tell you it's like gold. What's the most valuable thing on the market right now? Is it gold or is it crypto? Because
I heard crypto.
Whatever it is, credit is up there with it. It is unbelievable how you lose out on so much, or how expensive life becomes if you don't have a good credit rating. We are going to have a guest, Tracy Biagiarelli, Tracy Ann. I happen to go to school with Tracy, and she's going to join us in a couple of minutes. Richard is saying that crypto is the high market right now. Let me tell you, keeping up with crypto is hard. That thing fluctuates like you can't believe. It's worse than a woman's hormones.
And menopause or perimenopause?
Both. I would say perimenopause because I'm full menopause yet, so I don't know. So I'm gonna tell you a story about myself. So back in the day when I was when I had Richard, as a matter of fact, I didn't have very good credit, and I wanted to buy a car. My very first car, my dad co-signed on for me. I paid it on time because my dad was the co-signer for me. But after that, um, I went to get my own car and I kind of messed up the payments a little bit. Well, to get that car was a mess. It was a Ford Taurus. It would rain and there would be like a puddle, like ankle deep in the back seat on the floor. And then like the brakes were horrible. It was just a mess. Like the car was like garbage. Anyway, I ended up getting rid of the car. And when I went to go buy another car, because people's credit is so bad, mainly mine's at that time, they wanted to charge me like 13% on a car loan, which would have made the payments unreachable for me. What was the name of that place in Bridgeport that you could buy a car and they allowed you to pay weekly for it?
There was several, but I know what you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about? So that was it. So needless to say, having good credit is so important because it allows you to save tons of money and it opens doors for you that other people do not have access to. I'm going to bring our guest on. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome. Everyone, this is Tracy
Hello,
Biagiarelli.
Tracy.
Hello.
Welcome.
Nice
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And
Very
Tracy's going to
excited.
talk to Yay, we're excited to hear all about it. And Tracy's going to talk to us about credit. I was telling them the story about how when I was younger and I had to buy a car and I had bad credit, they wanted to charge me some ridiculous rate, like 13% on the car loan. And I was like, if I do that, I won't be able to afford anything else, any of my bills. Everything will go towards the car. So that was like a lesson learned where we had to improve my credit. So my first question is, and this is for the people, this is credit 101. What is credit?
All right, credit is like it's like a promise, or it could be like a contract that someone needs to borrow money from the other party and they're going to pay them back at a later time, either monthly or they're going to pay them back, however the contract, what it says. A good example is that you go to the bank, you want to get a mortgage. So that's your contract. That's your binding contract that you're going to promise to pay all that debt back. And like you said, there are, percentage rates and stuff, but we'll get more into that. So that's basically what it is. You go to either the bank or somebody, even if you're borrowing money, you promise to pay them back. You have a contract. So, you take out the mortgage and however long it is, and depending on your credit, you'll get a good deal on the the interest rates, or you won't. So that's why it's really good to have important credit. And the reason why I got into credit is because I did the same thing. I went out and I bought a car when I was young, and I got these credit cards. And no one teaches you anything about credit or any kind of financial stuff like that. It's nothing that you learn. You usually learn the hard way. So I took out the loan. I don't even know what the percentage was at the time because I had no credit. So you get into these positions where you're like, I want to learn a little bit more about it. So what happened to me a couple of years ago is I dissolved a marriage for a very long time, and I found myself in a position where here I am by myself. I know nothing about credit. I don't even know my credit scores. So what do? I have to refinance my home to keep it all by myself. So I had to pull credit reports, and needless to say, it wasn't that great. So I learned the hard way. I went to the bank and I said, where do I start? I don't even know how to refinance. I don't even know where to start. What's the first step? What do I do? And he's like, well, I know this guy. And I'm thinking, oh no, that dreaded, I know this guy. What's going to happen? I come from this Italian background. I'm thinking, what's going to happen? Selling my soul to the devil? What's going on? But he did put me in touch with a gentleman that I learned a lot from. And I actually ended up joining an MLM to help other people with these problems. So it did work out well. Within 8 months, I was able to get my house refinanced at I think it was 4.5%. So I was really able to do it. But it's really hard and people are scared. They don't know where to start. And that's what got me passionate about this. I really want to help people understand, what you can do to help your credit and why it's so important. Like you started to say, it does save you a lot of money. They check your credit scores for insurance, like auto insurance and homeowners insurance. And I never knew that. I never knew they checked that to give you whatever, payments you're going to make. So it is important to have really good credit. So like I said, nobody's taught this. It happens to everybody. Don't think it's just you. Don't be embarrassed. It happens to everybody. Happened to me. And I was able to get through it, understand it, and move on. So things are going really, really well. So I'm just going to share some facts with you about credit, because I think a lot of people, tend to, have a hard time when it comes to understanding, things about credit. So,
Tracy,
these are some facts.
this is Tracy. For those of you that don't have your notebooks and pencils, now is the time to get it. She is giving you the gems.
Giving it to you.
Get the free cookies.
So here are some facts that I wasn't aware of. Like I said, I've learned these over the last couple of years. Over 1 trillion people in the United States have credit card debt. That's a lot of people. That's trillion with a T. I wasn't aware of that. 56% of people in the U.S. have no rainy day funds. They don't have anything to fall back on. They have nothing saved. It's really, really tough out there. And 46% of the baby boomers have less than $10,000 saved for their retirement. So here are all these people, having a rough time out there. 40% of the millennials have spent money they didn't have just to keep up with their friends or go out to dinner or buy things that they didn't really need. And of course, they're embarrassed to say that they don't have any credit or the credit scores are low. I don't blame them. I was too. They keep it a secret. And 43 million Americans have a credit score of 599 or less. It's like barely average. The lowest score you could possibly have is 300, and the highest is 850. So, I think I was somewhere close to 600, and I was able to get it up to 700 so I could refinance. So when you have poor credit, like I said, people get embarrassed. They're nervous. They're afraid. They don't know where to start. How do I start? Where do I even go to learn about how to fix my credit? So it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to all of us at one time or another. And if you have strong credit, like we said before, it gives you better possibilities. It makes it easier for you to go get a new home, get your mortgage. It makes it easier to get a new car loan. And you get the lowest, interest rates on things that you need. And sometimes you don't even need security deposits, depending on what you're doing, like depending on what kind of loans you're applying for and stuff like that. So, and like I said, getting my credit score up there, I was able to get cheaper insurance for my car and home, which saved me a lot of money a month. You have all these bills, you don't need to pay more than you need to. So, and I think you all know that there's 3 credit bureaus. There's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And if anybody needs their addresses or how to get in touch with them, just, send me a quick message and I will get that information to you. Okay. So we have FICO scores, and that's what makes up our credit. And all FICO stands for is these 2 gentlemen back in the 50s. It was Bill Fair and I think Earl Isaac got together and they formed this equation on how they're going to make up your credit score. Okay. So back then there were no computers and stuff like that. So they needed an easy way so they could figure out if this person could get credit or not. So I'm going to tell you the breakdown on how your credit scores work. Okay. So 35% is your payment history. It's how many times your payments are on time. And the last 2 years is really what matters on your credit report. That's like what they base it on. So, on-time payments obviously are better than your delinquent payments. So that's 35%. The other 30% is capacity and how much you owe. So it's the percentages of your credit limits that you have available. So, if you have, it also goes from like debt ratio to your credit ratio. You might have more debt than you do credit available. So that helps. 15% is how long you've had these credit cards and if they're in good standing. So, depending on how long you had your accounts, if they're in good standing, that makes up 15% of your credit. 10% is new credit, the number of inquiries and new accounts that you opened in the last 12 months or so. So if you open any, if you have any mortgages or card notes or anything like that, it's 10% of your actual score. And some people go out there and want to buy a car and they run their credit through like all these different places to get the best credit rate, but that's like shows up on your credit report, and that's not really good. So the less you do, the better it is. Okay, and 10% is the type of credit you have. Do you have installment loans? Excuse me, or do you have revolving credit? So installment loans are more like your home and stuff like that, and revolving credit is more or less your credit cards and stuff like that. So people might say, so why did I get denied credit? Like, why was I denied? Well, either you have low credit score, you have incorrect information on your account. This happens a lot. It's happened to me, and I haven't, like, you're supposed to pull your credit accounts, like your reports, like at least once a year. It's better to do it twice because there's all these inaccuracies. I had my name spelled wrong on my credit report. It had to be 10 times, and that takes away the points from your credit, which I didn't even realize something like that could do that. Like I mentioned before, your debt to income. If you have more debt than you do your income, it's negative. So delinquent payments are negative too, and just pure lack of credit. So some people say, I don't have credit. Is that worse than bad credit? In a way it is, but there are ways that you can build up to establish your credit. So the first thing you do, if you don't already have a checking and a savings account with a major bank, you go open a checking and a savings account. When you keep your bank accounts in good standing, then you are creating a history of good credit. You have a really good relationship with the bank. And then once you establish that, you may be able to ask them for a credit card. If not, if you can't get a credit card from credit card companies or any kind of stores, there's such thing as a secured credit card. And what that is you make a deposit in your savings account in the equal amount to what your credit limit is. And over a period of time, you pay down that credit as you use it. So your savings will pay down for your monthly payments. A lot of people don't know that, but that's a good way of eventually it will build up your credit. Take a small loan from your bank and put money in your savings. Pay that loan down monthly. That establishes good credit. It'll establish better credit. And become an authorized user. If you have a friend or a spouse or a family member that'll let you get on their credit card, as long as they have good credit, they'll let you get on. That'll help you establish your credit just for a very, certain amount of time. That'll help you establish your credit. So how do you maintain it once you get it? Pay your bills on time. Have less accounts open. Always have accounts revolving. Never close an account unless you really, really have to, because the more you have open and revolving, the better it is for your credit. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Let's see. Use your credit wisely. Do not use unnecessary credit for anything. Just use it for when you need it. And like I said, don't close your credit accounts. So these are how you could keep in good status. Always pay your credit cards down. If you're looking to like buy a house or whatever you want to take your loan out, a car, always look to be paying your credit cards off, and always keep it at like 30% of where your credit is. So if you have $900, always keep it at like $300. Don't go over that, because that's it'll cause a problem with your credit scores. And like I said before, always review your credit reports, because there's always mistakes on there. There could be, you could have a name that's close to somebody else, or somebody else could have your same name, the spelling and everything. It happens. It's happened to me. Just make sure. And if you're a junior or a senior, sometimes that comes into play, depending how you spell your name. So what actually is in your credit file?
Tracy,
Your
excuse
personal
me.
information. Sure.
We have a couple of
You hear me?
questions. We have Richard wants to know, is car hunting similar to real estate, where access to your credit is open for a limited period of time so you don't get hit?
Yes.
And his next question is it better to pay down to zero balance or pay a minimum for the cards? Like you said that they're allowed to have
Pay a minimum
30%.
monthly.
Pay a minimum monthly
Right. Pay them
after the 30.
Yeah.
Before
Pay
the
them
30.
monthly because sometimes because if you pay them off and you have a zero balance, sometimes they'll close that account. They'll close that card off. So if sometimes they close them for non-use, like I had an American Express and I didn't use it for 2 months, so they closed my account, which is negative on your credit report. I didn't know that either. So
yeah, I didn't use mine for a few months, and it happens to be that they reduced my credit limit. And I was like, I don't use it, so they reduce it. Seems backwards.
It seems like a
It
trap.
does seem backwards, and it's scary. Yeah, if you don't know the ins and outs, like you said, it's a trap. And it's really not that hard to understand, but I think people have this fear of, the dreaded credit. Like, it's just been a horrible subject for so long. But if you know the ins and outs, then it's not so scary anymore. So believe me, I've been through it all, I think. So,
Yeah, you mentioned the name correction, and I'm named after my mother, so I learned that early on when I was trying to establish my credit, and I went into the whole checking my credit, what's the errors in it, on it, and I had I was only 13 at the time when my mother had credit cards at the yin yang, and they were all on my credit. So I had to remove everything and prove to them that I was only 13 at the time. 19, 20 now, and this is not mine.
Wow.
Right. And that's hard to do. That's hard to prove sometimes.
Yeah.
So good for you. I'm glad you caught it and were able to fix it. That's good.
Yeah.
So
just a quick question. So let's say you get the secured credit card from your bank. And it's a $300 limit, right? Let's just, for shits and giggles, it's $300 on the secured credit card. So then you go and you purchase something for $150. So I was told that it's better to pay the minimum, like you said, instead of, okay, I have $300, I spent $150, I'm going to pay it in full the next month. They say that it helps you build up, right? Am I correct? If you pay the minimum statements that they send you every month.
You are correct.
Okay.
You are correct. That is
now, Tracy,
correct.
I also heard there's a trick where if you pay right before and is due and right after, it kind of opens a window where it looks like you are paying twice or something like that. Or
that's if the posting date is before the due date.
That's correct. It's like a little trick, and it kind of fools them until they catch up with you. But
so right.
That's actually, I've heard that too.
So what do you mean? So if on your statement it says it's due on the 5th, but it posts on what? Give me a scenario.
If it posts, let's say your posting date is the 27th of the month. People think that they'll pay by the 5th, but what's really reported to the credit bureau is whatever payments you made through the 27th. So if you make another payment before the 27th, then it'll show that you paid more. But if people wait till the 27th to make their payment, their original payment that's due, then your bill is late because it was really due on the 5th. Don't wait till that 27th.
Oh, man.
People always say, it's the posting date that you have to focus on. Well, yeah, that's true, because whatever you paid by the posting date is what's getting reported, but it doesn't mean that you can skip on your due date.
Good.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not an expert. I just learned all of this year. Go ahead, Tracy. It's all yours.
What's in your credit? What's my?
I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
But I heard about it this year too. So it's good. Can you see me? All right.
Yeah, we can hear you and see you.
What's in your credit file? Your personal information, your credit history, any kind of.
Just freezing up a little.
You're freezing, Tracy.
Hear me or see me? What happened?
You're completely frozen. Maybe go out and come back in.
Yeah, we can hear you in and out. But while we're waiting, Lillian, Richard sent a message.
Richard said that he understands that there are 5 companies in which you can go to their website that maintain the information for the credit bureaus. Can you identify them for the hopes of disputing an item on your credit report? That's a question for Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh, here she comes. Welcome back. Tracy,
There you are.
your mic. There you go.
See me or hear me now?
We can hear you, and there is a question for you from the audience.
Okay.
You're still kind of frozen, but we can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
They posted, I understand that
Okay.
there are 5 companies in which you can go to their website that maintain the information for the credit bureaus. Can you identify them for the hopes of disputing an item on your credit report?
She froze again.
So they want information on.
He is under the impression.
I don't know what's going on.
He is under the impression that there are 5 companies that maintain 5 that have websites that you can go and dispute the information on your credit reports. And he would like to know if you know what these companies are, can you identify them so he can go dispute something on his credit report?
She froze.
Yeah, there are a lot of companies that do that. I will send a list if he wants to reach out to me. Frozen again?
No, you're good.
We can hear you.
There are
So
definitely, and I actually work with a company. Okay.
Go ahead.
And I actually work
We're
for a
just
company
putting Tracy's
that does
contact information up.
help you.
Go ahead.
So I'm an independent agency. I'm an independent company called United Credit Educational Services. And we help people with their credit. We help them clear up any stuff that they have on their credit. If they want to repair their credit, we offer a service. It's a month, but it handles everything. And sending out all the letters. First, they'll pull all your credit reports from the 3 agencies. Then they handle all the letter writing. We have lawyers that work with us, and they send out the letters to the different companies that say you owe money or whatever, and they actually do that whole letter writing thing, going back and forth. They do all the work for you with the 3 major credit card companies, so you get to start working on your credit and getting your credit where it needs to be. It's full dashboard. You can see everything that you're doing. You can track your progress. It's all right there 24/7. You can go in it whenever you want. And the company also offers other things that go along with work on your credit. They offer restoration, but they have budgeting. They have like a credit builder. They have something on after somebody and sue it off because it's invalid. They monitor your credit. They have debt payoff plans. So you go in there and you add up all your stuff, and it's like this. It shows you all your debt, and it shows you the time period in which you could pay it off and how much you should be paying monthly. You also have a financial lockbox. You lock all your stuff in there that you need to keep safe. Identity monitoring, anything. It's such a hard time now that there's so many people getting their identity stolen. So we also have the identity monitoring. So it alerts you. someone's doing something. Oh, someone charged something on your card and you didn't do it. Alert you right away on your phone. You can take care of it right then and there. It actually has a net worth calculator. What are you worth? Savings goals, how much you pay for a trip, or what you pay for something. If there's something like this that you'd actually let a lawyer, it's a thing. Will and trust. And they have a program that's called the Youth Financial Family Mint, and they actually go into schools of kids from 6th grade to high school and teach them all this stuff about credit, which is
Wow.
great.
That's
And they
great.
also give at the end of the year, yeah, and they also have a scholarship. So if they $2 for every person that signs up for this program goes to this fund, and they actually have a scholarship. And last year they gave over $1 million worth of scholarships. So if you need information on something like that, a company that's going to help you, just let me know. I'm willing to help you with whatever you need. So, just reach
I
out.
can
Like I said,
vouch.
help you out.
I can vouch for these
So-
programs. They definitely take you step by step, and very clear, very, and yes, they work. It works.
They do. I started out as a customer because, like I said, I had nowhere to go. I didn't know where to turn, and I actually got on this program, and it really, really helps. And now that's what made me want to help other people. So that's why I joined as an independent agent. So people in position and don't know where to go. So that's pretty much what my story has been like. So is there anything I haven't covered that people want to know?
What about, you did mention earlier about debt ratio and all that. I don't have any active credit cards. I've been working on my credit because what I have had through my years of caregiving and no medical insurance, I had acquired a lot of emergency room visits and clinic visits, and they were like astronomical. And I have like my car payment when it was paid off is on there, but that's it. I don't have active credit cards. I owe 3 department store credit cards from 2014 that they opened up, but that's it. So we've eliminated a lot of the medical ones, but it's still my credit is just at 600 now. But I don't have any active cards.
Right.
So just keep paying that off and then get the secure card to start building it up again.
Welcome, Hilda.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that would be great. That's what I would advise you to do. This way you're paying it monthly and it keeps going up, right? You've been working on it for a long, seeing the score going up?
Yes, I've been working on it actually since July.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
It's exciting.
That's good.
What about all these credit card offers that we get in the mail?
Yeah.
He says he gets a lot of
Yeah,
credit cards in mail. Are they a safe bet to take one? Those pre-approval letters?
What's that? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
So he says he gets a lot of credit card offers in the mail. And are they a safe bet to take on those pre-approval letters? Or is it better to get a bank card than accept those mail-in
Depending
offers?
on the company, are they well-known companies? It's better to get a bank card, I think, to start off. Some of those mailing offers aren't really great credit companies. They're different. They have different names. So you can get really in trouble with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been getting those. Even the one from what's that popular one with the C?
Capital One?
Yes, they've been sending a lot. And I'm like, they see me working
Capital
on my
One.
credit. Get behind me, Satan. So yeah, I'm with you, Richard.
I do believe that they notice that when they notice you working on your credit and they see the score moving up whatsoever, the automatic offers start coming in. So you are on the right path if you're getting that bombardance of them, because I see them coming in all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's, yep.
Yeah.
It's a sign you're doing
And
good.
like, yeah, and like anything, willpower. Know your limits, and especially if you're
Yes.
just starting to repair your credit, you start seeing all these other credit cards, and you're like, okay, And I learned from my mother. I was actually scared of credit cards for a long time because I grew up watching my mother. She had Caldors, Bradley's, Finger Hut. Am I naming all the old ones?
I love Caldors.
Sears. She had the Discover, the American Express, and she didn't have a job. Go figure. It was my daddy's credit. It was my dad's poor income.
Oh boy.
So when she learned, because she came here from Colombia, she was like, oh, all this credit. And then, yeah, it happened where my dad is like, what is all this? How are we going to pay it back? And why, yeah. So I learned and I watched all that. And, and again, I saw a lot of it kind of, come down to my own credit when I started learning about mine. And I'm like, this wasn't mine. This is not mine. And, then I remember it's like, this is all my mother's. So again, it was either she, used my social, knowingly, or just they mixed up because same household, same name. But again, your social is your ID. So I don't know if,
Right.
what went wrong.
Same name,
But-
same address.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it was just different birthday and
They
different
do make
socials. So
mistakes, so
yeah, so I said, no. But they removed it right away. Most of the time, they don't even question it. They just remove it.
But real quick, Richie says, what about cards with annual memberships? So what is that?
Like the Black Card American Express, they'll charge you a yearly fee for it.
Oh,
Some
okay.
credit card companies, when you're starting out,
yeah, a lot of cards charge you a yearly fee. They
And
do
the best
charge you
part is
annual
the-
fees, and some of them are really expensive.
Yes. My son-in-law told me that. And the best card is a furniture store with 0 interest in 5 years.
who wrote that?
Richie! Love it. But I recently heard the best card to get right now was like an airline, like an American airline card or JetBlue.
Oh, a card that provides points for travel, you mean? Yes. Because we're all on the travel ban, we're all on the travel wagon. And I am, and I do have one, and I know a lot of people that have, even like the people that have the cashback cards or the travel point cards. They are converting everything, like every single bill that comes to
Right.
your home, have it automatically taken out of your cashback card or your travel card, and then just pay that one bill every month. And that way you're accumulating points and cash back for everything that, all the utilities in your home.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Get
I've been doing
rewards.
that for a minute. My
I like it.
JetBlue
Gotta
points are up
reward me.
there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yes. No, there's a lot of rewards, like you ladies mentioned, incentives and rewards for keeping your credit intact. And obviously, like Lillian said, the doors that open up, where you're able to go on your own and, and get, that credit card that you want, or that, or that airline credit card that you want, or your car, or your first home, even, rentals, it's so hard to get a rental nowadays so, They want 3 times of your income. They want you to have a, excellent credit. And, it's like, okay. So,
Yeah, even to get an apartment. Correct.
Oh yeah. To get cable nowadays here in Florida,
Yeah.
they have to pay your credit to get Spectrum.
Are you kidding?
Exactly.
And the water bill and the power bill, if your credit's not up to par, you have to pay like a $250 deposit. If it's okay, then you don't got to pay a deposit.
Your
Like they won't decline you from having your water and your power, but they'll tax your ass. Yeah.
Yeah, deposits. They want deposits.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, boy.
It's hard.
Yes,
It's a struggle we've all gone through. Tracy has told her story. I told my story about the car. For years, I've carried on credit card debt, and ever since we went into the pandemic, I said enough is enough. And I got rid of all my debt. Absolutely all of my debt, down to zero. I wasn't buying clothes because I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't spending gas because I didn't move the car. So this was the opportunity for you to take advantage of really saving some money and getting rid of your debt. Tracy, there's another question for you. Can you explain balance transfers when opening up a new card? Are they typically a good deal, or is it a hit waiting to slam you?
It's a good deal if you're getting a lower interest rate. So if you have a credit card that you have a high interest rate on, and you can take that and put it into, combine something that you're going to get a lower interest rate, then it's a good deal. Other than that, it's really, really not a great idea. They try to trick you sometimes.
Yeah, and all these questions that have been asked, one of the things that I personally learned, and maybe Tracy can correct me, is that no matter what you do, your credit is taking a hit. You're getting an inquiry on your credit. So I've been told that 4 or 5 is already considered like negative. So if you're trying to apply for a lower interest rate credit card, that's going to take a hit on your inquiries, right? If you buy a car, that takes a hit. If you buy a house, that takes a hit. You open utilities, that takes a hit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Tracy, what is the difference between a hard hit and a soft hit?
Hi, Chanel.
Miss Real Deal.
It depends. Like a soft hit is something. A hard hit is more. I'll explain a hard hit. A hard hit is something like a repossession of your car or a foreclosure on your mortgage. That could hit you anywhere from 100 to like 250 points just for that one thing.
Wow.
Things paid a bill late one or whatever. That's not a big deal. It's only a few points. It could be under 10 points. But like I said, the 2 largest things are usually like repossession or a foreclosure. Stuff like points.
Right, like a big.
So that's the stuff we got to watch out for. But other stuff,
right.
It could be 10 points, it could be 12 points, and if you keep your inquiries for credit under like 4, you should be okay. It shouldn't hurt your credit. When you go 4 and above, then it'll probably start being little minor.
Right.
Things.
And they drop off after 2 years. So they stay on there for a minute.
The inquiries too.
So
on your account for 2 years.
So it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. That's what
everything.
Yeah. So it's like it's like choosing the president. You don't know what you're gonna do it. You gotta do it, but it's everything's out of cost.
That's true. And what she said about the credit cards is true. So, like she said, the highest rating for credit is 850.
850.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
850. Okay, so
850.
I paid off all my
850.
debt, and now they tell me that I don't have enough rotating credit. No, not revolving, the other one.
Right.
Installment. That I don't have any installment credit. So they dropped 8 points because it said I didn't have any installment credit.
Are you gonna go get a
I
secured
just
card?
gave you thousands of dollars. You put me up, and now you put me down because you told me I don't have any installment.
So do you need to at least keep a
One
certain?
card to pay monthly on, yeah.
Like basically an installment loan is a car loan, a mortgage, like a personal loan that you're paying monthly on. So if you
Right.
don't have, so they want you to have,
Right.
in order to get up to that 850, you have to have one of those other things showing that you're covered. You have installment loans, your debt to income ratio, and your revolving credit. Go figure.
Right.
It's the way of the
Yes.
world. Te peina o te hace rolo. That's what the credit. You brush your hair, you put rollers in it. It's never going to be. So I guess we just got to do the best we can. But yeah, you're right, Lillian. I read about that too. If you pay everything off, you're not going to stay here. They want to see you like
Constantly moving.
going to get in debt again. Oh, she paid it this month. Oh, wait, next month you're going debt. It's like, yeah. It's like they're teeter-tottering on our life.
Yeah.
Without credit, we're shit. But, if you pay it off, then you're worthless to me because now I can't keep you in that, that routine.
Yeah. And as you're paying
Exactly.
it off,
It's
and as you're
tricky.
paying
It's
it
very
off
tricky.
and getting below that 30%, they're raising your credit limits on all your credit cards.
Yeah. It's to have you fall through the cracks, but keep your credit up. Don't let it drop. But if you pay it off, then I'm gonna drop you. Yeah, it's not a fail-proof system.
Tracy, that's a pickle that you got in.
So, Lillian, if you don't mind, we have a little surprise for you towards the end of this video. So,
Okay.
if you want to, let us know what else we would ask of Miss Tracy, so we can have the last 5 minutes with you.
Miss Tracy, is there anything else you would like
And I
to
just
share
want to
with
let
us?
you know, there are three bureaus, but that doesn't mean the same credit stuff. All three, they're all different. So you might have 5 bad things on one, you might have 2 on another, and you might have 3 on the other. They're not all the same. They're not identical.
Correct.
So, but
Yeah, I just had all
if
3
there's
of
no
them.
other questions.
No, I just had all 3 of them mailed to me. So you're totally correct in that. We think they all look the same. Like if you look at them, if you just glance at them, they may look like they all have the same. But mi gente, this is very important as I'm learning. As every point I get up and I'm still down, but every point that goes up, I'm happy. So because it is important. So pay attention to your life. As someone mentioned here, our Social Security, we're a number to society. Before they ask us like our names and whatever, what's your birthday? What's your social? We're already branded as a number. We're not a person. We're not a human behind that. Everything is, what's your birthday? What's your Social Security? And then what's your name? And then they're like, yeah, all right, I guess I'll ask you your name. Because the other, so pay attention to your credit. I never thought I would get excited, paying and then seeing my numbers rise and all that. It's a challenge. Am I going to keep it up or am I going to fuck it up again? I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow. So, but it's exciting today.
Tracy, I want to thank you for joining us. As you can see, there is a ribbon on the bottom with Tracy's contact information. If you would like to go and have a session with her more information. Her name is Tracy Biagiarelli on Facebook. So if you have Facebook Messenger, you can also contact her this way. Call her, email her, get your credit straight. Thank you for joining us, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Have a good night.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yay, that was amazing information. Thank you so much, Lillian. Again, I'm still working on mine, so.
So am I.
Yes.
And that's like a milestone for me. I want to like take out, go into the yard and do all my stuff, yay, and celebrate. I still can't get
wonderful feeling. When you've been stuck in that hole of bad credit for years and years and years. Oh, Richie's added to the stream. How did he get the link? Hi, my young man.
Hey.
Hi, Papa.
What's going on?
Thank you for being on my show this morning.
Hi, my young man.
I could barely.
Hi, Papa.
You got delayed.
Hey, no problem.
Oh, is she like, he's a little delayed?
We're having a party.
Yeah.
Hola, Maritza.
Oh my
Hi,
goodness.
Maritza.
I cannot hear you guys.
Well, we can hear you.
We're having issues and complications, Richard.
Yes. What can I say?
You gotta connect with him.
Ha
Oh,
ha
there
ha
you go.
ha.
Stupid.
He's
Settings.
scared her. He's scared her.
Happy birthday. Hey, cow puppy.
This is Francia's son, for all of you that don't know it. He just knocked on my door. Of course, I thought it was my son knocking on the door. I ignored him. And look,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
thank you. Can I tell y'all what happened to me this morning?
If you have to.
Let me tell my friends. Ah, I see somebody else coming.
Happy birthday!
Hi, Brenda. Brenda heard this story already. She called me
Hello.
Tell her my story.
We're live on Ajusta.
My
We want to
tribe,
wish
I love you all.
We want to wish you a happy birthday. We're live on Ajusta. Hello. Turn your phones down, sillies. We want to wish you. We want to wish
You have to mute your phones.
birthday.
Mute your phones or we get feedback.
You mute where you're at.
Who's muted? Yeah.
You have to mute your phones.
Probably Richard.
Richard, mute.
Yeah.
He's muted.
What's up?
No, you're muted, babe. No, you're good. Yeah.
Somebody's not muted.
Somebody's not muted.
Maritza,
It's not,
mute
and it's
yourself.
not me. Yeah.
He's muted.
What's up?
No, you're muted, babe. No, you're good. Yeah.
Maritza.
There you go.
All right.
It's Maritza. Okay, good. It was somebody.
Oh, good. I'm not the only technology deficient one here. That's wonderful.
No, we definitely want to wish you an amazing, happy birthday from your beautiful friends, family, tribe. You definitely deserve it all. And I know you have lots of things going on, so we're praying that everything goes your way. As
Echo.
you
Turn on living room lights.
He talking
Oh,
at
shit.
Echo over there. There you go. But yes. So we thank you for being an amazing friend, an amazing leader. And yes, anybody else want to say something?
Wait a minute. Let me unmute. I can't unmute.
Margarita, you're not muted.
I'm not muted.
Yes,
I love
say
you.
something. Say something.
Happy birthday. I mean, last year we were here. You were in the sanctuary having a beautiful layout of lunch.
Margarita, you're not muted.
I'm not muted.
Yes,
I love
say
you.
something. Say something.
Happy birthday. I mean, last year we were here. You were in the sanctuary having a beautiful layout of lunch.
Margarita, you're not muted.
I'm not muted. Say something. Happy birthday. I mean, last year we were here. You were.
She's
Okay.
muted again.
Margarita.
Yeah, there you go. Keep talking, Margarita.
Now I'm scared now. Now I
No,
just
it
want to
wasn't
say
you.
happy birthday. Ya se le quitó la ilusión. Ahora feliz cumpleaños. Enhorabuena.
Thank you. Last year I was in Tampa at her sanctuary, and they made me this huge spread. I remember, and now I'm in Chile, Connecticut. But don't worry, I'm coming back down. I'm heading back down. I want to tell this quick story. So this morning I woke up, as I do every morning, and I grabbed my phone and I went on Facebook. And I'm scrolling on Facebook and I'm scrolling on Facebook. And I said, I can't believe nobody has wished me a happy birthday. Okay. And I'm scrolling. And the first person that I thought of was my sister, because my sister is on Facebook like at 6 o'clock in the morning. She doesn't sleep. She's like a freaking vampire. She's an owl. She doesn't sleep. So I'm like, I cannot believe my sister, I know she's up, has not wished me a happy birthday. And I'm scrolling and scrolling, and I'm getting madder and madder. And what? It's not my damn birthday. My birthday's tomorrow.
I had to check twice too. And I think I asked Richard. Oh no, I was gonna ask him. I was like, now let me check Facebook. And I was like, no, it's tomorrow.
Oh man, there was such a grand master scheme for this to happen.
Does it not tell you where my brain is, that I don't even know it's not my birthday and I have the nerve to be getting an attitude because nobody wished me a happy birthday and it's not my birthday?
It's okay. Some people celebrate the month, so you're good, Mom.
No, well, geez, we celebrate the whole month because the whole family is born in September.
Yeah, that's true too.
And it's not my birthday?
It's okay. Some
Fede
people
wants to talk. Fede wants to talk.
You're good, Mom.
No, geez, we celebrate the whole month because the whole family is born. No,
Yeah, that's true too.
Fede, I think it's your phone.
It's okay. Some
Fede
people
wants to talk.
My phone is on
You're
mute.
good, Mom.
We celebrate the whole month.
My phone.
Let's turn. No,
Yeah, that's true too.
Fede, I think it's your phone.
I blame Brenda.
No,
My phone is on mute.
Yeah, it's that. It's your phone. As soon as I mute your mic.
I blame Brenda.
No, my phone is on mute. Just get off the Instagram, the Facebook page. There you go. That's what it was. As soon as I mute your mic.
I blame Brenda.
No, my phone is on mute. Just get off the Instagram, the Facebook page. I don't know who it is. That's what it was. Thank you, ladies. I'm thrilled. This is my favorite flower, the Sunflower Haven. Hey, you know what? We need to paint this on a mural outside of the building. That's what it was. Thank you, ladies. I'm thrilled.
Love you. How do you do the heart? Love you. How do
Love you, Mama.
Love you. Love you.
I love all of you. See you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys, for coming in. Maritza, Brenda, Tere, Richard, Francia,
Thank you.
the birthday girl. Love you.
Just in case I forget tomorrow, happy birthday.
Oh my God, Richard, we love you. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, thank you. Mom, happy birthday. Margarita, stay awesome. Francia, you the bomb.
I love you. You're the bomb.
All right. Check you guys later.
Okay, bye-bye. See, that's beautiful.
And this is how we oh, he's still there. I'm sorry, baby.
Not always. I gotta give my love too.
Thank you.
Huh?
I thought it was
Thank you,
Richard.
puppy.
Love you guys.
I love you more.
How can hear? Richard came home and I said to him, "What you gonna do with your life?" He said, "What you mean?" I said, "I'm out of here in a month."
Richard came home.
Jacob.
Jake,
And I said, "Are you?" He's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah."
we're still live.
Ah.
Get